Hi, yeah, I thought I'd put another video up. I make no apology for showing yet another 500 type telephone from the States, or in this case from Canada. I've got one or two of these phones. The modern ones, or the ones that are reproduction ones, are terrible, so it's nice to stick to the oldies. As I say, these come out all years ago now, but they were a very popular phone, particularly in the States and also in other countries. The case is so easy to take off, held on with just two screws, unlike the British 706s, which can be quite tricky getting the covers off, and also their wall versions can be tricky. But these ones just come, as you can see, straight off. Someone's put a little addition there, how to connect the bells. I don't know why they've done that. The bells, funny enough, are not connected correctly on here, so I should have to look that up. There's a date on the case, 66, so it looks like this came out in 66. There may be some other dates floating about. There probably are. Here we have the innards, and this is the top of the actual network. Now, these networks were virtually fitted the same time as the base or the chassis was made. These were riveted in. I don't know if you can see it down there. So rivet there, and a couple of rivets this side, and just see one. So the networks were actually riveted in, and some of the wiring that was permanent wiring was actually soldered. Well, I did see one earlier. There's one down there. That wire's soldered, so it doesn't go to a screw contact. Another one up there where they were soldered. So these were obviously made at the same time as the bases were made. This has got quite a nice bell. On here it's got C4A 65, so the bell is obviously from 65, and that must be the number C4A. Well, I said before, I'm not very good on numbers, but this is definitely a better quality bell than in the modern versions of these. To be quite honest, the bells on the modern versions are, excuse the word, crap. They break, they're horrible, and they're made of plastic. All right, plastic was a marvellous invention, but unfortunately used on things which shouldn't have been used on. This one has a single coil, red and slate or red and grey. Some of these phones had several windings, but this one has just got the one, so it's nice and simple, and they connect up on the network. This is called the network. There's a number on the side. I can turn it over. There we are, there's the network. Network 425B. And it shows you where all the terminations go. This one looks like it's made 66. And there's your terminations, line 1 and line 2. That's for the incoming line. The dial is rather nice. It looks like it's got a metal, I don't know if it's metal or plastic. I think it's metal. I think it's a metal front. You've got your typical lettering and numbers. The dial is connected through the nice plastic wires. Turning the bell over. the number again, 66. NE's Northern Electric, so it must be a Northern Electric 7D dial. It's got a nice case around it which I'm not going to take off. Under the wires you've got the wording Northern Telecom. And Northern Telecom was simply a branch of Western Telephones. Identical, they are identical. The only difference is the name. Here's the handset. G3, that seems to be what they call these handsets. Northern Electric Company Limited, made in Canada. These obviously have the same inserts as you would find on the American versions. Once again, you've got your name on the case, Northern Electric. Once again, I don't know where I got this one from. I said earlier that I picked loads of phones up over the years when they were much cheaper than they are now. To pick one of these up now, I dread to think how much you'd pay. Probably pay 50 quid or even more. And then you've got your postage on top of that. So, you know, I was glad I got these when I did. But be careful, there are a lot of modern versions of these which are absolutely rubbish. Probably made in China. Okay, China can turn out some very good stuff. Be an example, my sat receiver, but they can also turn out a lot of rubbish. And as I say, this is one of the genuine ones, made in Canada, miles away from China. And as I say, 1966, so it's fairly old. Anyway, that's more or less all I've got to say on that. The dial is obviously a Western Electric type of dial. I haven't taken the cover off, but I would think it's the same style as the Western Electric dial. There'd be no reason to not use that. And that's your network. Rotary Phones, the forum, which is you can pick up on Google, is very good. And you quote that number, you'll probably get a diagram of that network, which is essential if you want to know where all the wires go. This one, as I say, for some unknown reason the bell doesn't appear to work. I did notice the red wire up there was off, so I don't know, so I'm going to have a little look at it and get it to work. I'm pretty sure the coil's okay. Always test the continuity. I use a very cheapo rapid test, which is handy, or I could get the AVO out, but I find that is easier. Anyway, I think that's more or less it. I'm going to shut up now and catch you all again. Thanks again for watching. Thank you.